When business returns. As I write this, we're deep in a crisis that's impacting almost every country. What started as a health crisis is now a serious economic crisis, and as time goes on, it will only get worse. None of us know what things will look like in 3 weeks or even 3 months, but it's reasonable to expect that at some point the health crisis will slow down and maybe even go away. When it does, we're going to be doing business in a changed climate. In construction, there's a good chance we'll be doing some things differently. For those doing residential work, sales calls might change. Homeowners might not be in any hurry to invite you into their home or building to talk about a construction project. You can always video chat, but that raises questions. Will an online chat allow you to take their measure so that you can decide if you want to do business with them? How difficult will it be to work through the 4 basic questions online? How will you deal with requests to send your quote by email or snail mail? How will you gather the information you need about the project? It's possible production will change as well. Will masks and booties become mandatory? How will you keep your tools and equipment clean and sanitized if needed? Some of you are already dealing with that on jobs today. Those new practices will increase the cost of a job, both in time and materials. Maybe more homeowners will choose to move out of their home or building while you're working. They'd rather stay with friends, family, or in a hotel than deal with a parade of workers coming through the home where they're living. Or maybe they'll move out at your request. If that happens, you'll need a system to show them an ongoing progress. Ask and answer questions and work through the changes and issues when they aren't at the job site. What about inspections? Will you set up cameras at each job site so that you can provide a video feed to the building inspector as the job goes along? When we come out of this, everyone will be behind on projects, and as a result, the building departments are going to get a flood of inspection requests. There are only so many inspectors to go around. These are a few of the changes we might see, but there are some things that will never change. The math of this business won't change. No matter what adjustments are made in the way of jobs are built, you'll still have to charge enough to cover all of your job costs, your overhead expenses, and make a reasonable profit so your business can survive long term. I'm reminding you of that because you're about to start hearing that contractors are desperate for work and will lower their price. It could get ugly because there will be contractors willing to cut their price to get the job. Those contractors will continue to underprice their work until they run out of money, and their last client will be the big loser. We'll also see new contractors who were laid off from their previous job and decide to go into business for themselves. Chuck and his truck will come in with a bid that's half what they need to build a job because they don't know any better. Gang, if you run into someone like this, tell them to read the Markup and Profit Revisited book. We might be able to rescue them from themselves and the bad advice they've been hearing. Contractors like that make everyone look bad, especially when they fail. This is the time to know your numbers. Review your markup. It might be smart to tighten your belt by lowering your salary and reviewing your overhead to eliminate unnecessary expenses. Keep your books up to date so you can keep an eye on your markup and adjust as needed. But once you've calculated your markup and you know it's right, don't lower it for any job. The reality is that you're better off taking a job at a local grocery store than building someone else's job for less than what you need to pay all your job costs, your overhead expenses, which includes your salary, and make a reasonable profit. It's basic math. When you go to work for someone else, you're guaranteed to be paid. When you take a job for less than it costs you, you'll be paying someone else so you can work. Don't do it. The other thing that doesn't change is human nature. Sales calls might take place online, but your clients still have the same basic fears when it comes to choosing a contractor. You'll need to address those fears and get the answers to the 4 basic questions. You'll still need solid contracts that protect both you and your client. You'll need clear payment schedules. You'll need to have a written, signed change work order with any payment before a change is made. When we come out of this, you'll still need to run your business as a business and not as a hobby. If you don't, you and your business will go away. We want you to make money so your business can succeed and you can take care of your family. The economy, when we recover from this pandemic, will take a lot of hobbyists out of this business. If you want your business to survive, you need to keep good, solid business principles in mind and practice them on every job and every sales call. That will never change. You know, we've conducted our 2-day class on construction business management for many years now and have had well over 1,000 contractors attend. Next week, we're holding that same class online. If you haven't been able to travel to the class, this is your chance. If you're in a different time zone, the class will be recorded and you'll have access to the recording until the end of May. This class teaches the long-time principles of construction business management that will never change. The class is $345, which is considerably less than the live class, and it includes copies of our 2 books, Markup and Profit Revisited and Profitable Sales, A Contractor's Guide. That price might seem like a tough ask today, but if your plans are to stay in business and be profitable, the benefit you'll see will be much more than the cost. You can find the class on our website at markupandprofit.com/class. Thank you for listening, and may the profits be with you.